Welcome to episode 553 of AI Brief. Today we're diving into some genuinely massive updates. We've got Meta making this huge leap in non-invasive brain-reading AI. Plus, Cursor is moving mobile coding into the spotlight alongside a staggering $60 billion acquisition by SpaceX.
Which is still just hard to wrap my head around.
I know, it is completely wild. And on top of that, we've got some brand new hour-by-hour data from Anthropic showing how humanity is actually using Claude behind closed doors.
And, there really is a unifying theme across all these sources for today's deep dive. It feels like AI is finally breaking out of that traditional desktop workspace. It's integrating directly into our mobile devices, our daily habits, and now literally our brainwaves.
It is everywhere. So let's get right into those brainwaves because this Meta update is fascinating. They just introduced version 2 of their non-invasive brain scanning system.
Emphasizing the non-invasive part there, no surgery required.
Definitely. So this system can now actually read full words and meanings. It's not just spelling things out one agonizing character at a time anymore. For this version, they had 9 volunteers spend 10 hours sitting in a brain scanner.
That is a lot of time in a scanner.
It is, but it produced nearly 22,000 sentences of data, and the way they process it is brilliant. They use one AI model just for the raw signals and a second model entirely for meaning.
I love how they split that workload.
It's like, well, the best analogy is that it's like upgrading from tapping out Morse code to suddenly having full sentence autocomplete for your actual thoughts.
That autocomplete analogy is spot on, and the numbers really back it up too. Version 2 hit a 61% average accuracy.
Which is a huge jump.
Oh, absolutely. The top user even hit 78%. To put that in perspective, they're absolutely crushing the top non-invasive rivals out there, whose highs were sitting at around 8%.
8 to nearly 80. That is just absurd.
It is a massive leap, and perhaps the most significant part of this is that Meta is open sourcing the code.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize they were making it fully open.
They are, which means the research community can just build on it. The gap with surgical implants could honestly be closed simply by scaling the data. We might completely bypass the need for invasive operations.
That is incredible news for accessibility. Moving from AI reading our minds to AI moving into our pockets. Let's talk about Cursor on iOS. They are bringing their agentic coding platform to the iPhone and iPad.
Taking the digital employee on the go.
Exactly. You can now kick off agents using just your voice or a slash command. And you can choose to run them on the cloud or on your local machine.
And they added mobile-specific features too, I believe.
They did. They built in lock screen, live activities, and push alerts. So it notifies you when an agent stalls out or when a pull request is ready to merge.
It really pushes development away from the desk.
See, I have to push back on that a little bit. Does this genuinely shift development to the phone? Merging a pull request from a coffee shop line just seems chaotic.
I can understand the hesitation there.
Especially considering the wild reality that SpaceX just exercised a $60 billion deal to acquire Cursor post-IPO. And this is happening right as Cursor prepares its first massive Opus-sized system. Is a tiny screen really the interface for a $60 billion coding industry?
Well, if you look at a recent quote from Boris Cherny, he leads Claude code over at Anthropic, he actually stated that most of his coding is now on his phone.
Wait, really? Most of it?
Yes, because the job of a developer is fundamentally shifting. It's moving from manually typing out syntax to basically supervising the AI.
Ah, I see. So you're just reviewing the work.
Precisely. The phone is actually the perfect second screen when your main job is just reading logic and approving it. You don't need a huge monitor for that.
That makes total sense. We're moving from typing to supervising. And that transition from how we supervise AI at work to how everyday people use it leads us right into our third story. Anthropic just released their new economic index.
I found this report so insightful.
Me too. They paired continuous hourly Claude usage data with a massive survey of about 9,700 users.
And looking at it hour by hour changes everything.
It really does. The hourly shifts are fascinating to see. In the morning, news questions peak. By the afternoon, people are asking for gardening advice.
And then dinner recipes take over in the evening.
Definitely. But then, before dawn, you see this huge spike in sleep advice. Or, surprisingly, people asking for sermons. Plus, specific dates like tax day saw massive surges in traffic.
It's so deeply woven into the day. And the context between work and personal time is striking. Personal chats jumped from roughly 1/3 of the usage during the work week to nearly half on weekends.
Focusing on different topics entirely, I imagine.
Heavily focusing on health, money, and emotional support. But here's the crucial takeaway from their survey. Users who delegated more work to Claude actually felt better about their income.
That is so counterintuitive. You'd think they would feel threatened.
You would think so, but no. Delegating more made them feel more secure about their career stability and their overall purpose. It's empowering them rather than replacing them.
That is a very optimistic signal for the workforce. So we've got a lot of other ground to cover today. I'm going to slow our pace just a bit and seamlessly hand the floor over to you to lead us through the rest of the day's critical AI developments.
I will gladly take the reins. Let's start with a major legal issue in the hardware space. Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron are facing a California class action lawsuit.
And those three are massive. They control, what, 90% of the global DRAM market?
Just about 90%, yes. They are allegedly price-fixing to restrict memory supply. This artificially drove up costs for everyone, impacting retail prices for Apple Macs, Microsoft Xboxes, you name it.
That is going to be a fascinating case to watch unfold.
It really is. Now, moving to software, Cognition has launched Devin Fusion in preview. It's this new coding harness that pairs a heavy-hitting frontier model with a much cheaper sidekick agent.
I assume that's to keep the coding quality high while dodging those terrible API costs.
You hit the nail on the head. It cuts costs significantly. Also in the news, Paul Mead, who was Apple's Vision Pro chief, is leaving for OpenAI's hardware unit.
Oh, wow. So he is reuniting with Jony Ive and Tang Tan over there.
He is indeed. OpenAI is clearly building a hardware dream team. Meanwhile, in the public sector, California Governor Gavin Newsom just signed a deal making Claude available to state agencies at half price.
That has to be a milestone for public trust in these systems.
It's actually the first AI cleared by the state of California for official use. But it's not all perfect integration everywhere. Ford recently had to bring back 350 veteran engineers.
Let me guess, the AI tools fell short.
They absolutely did. AI caused major production problems, so they needed the human veterans to fix it. And ironically, doing that led to a sudden surge in their quality control rankings.
That is the ultimate irony. Having to bring human engineers out of the woodwork just to fix the AI's mistakes, it proves the human element is still a very premium asset in physical engineering.
It really is. And finally, for this section, South Korea just announced a massive $880 billion triple-axis plan.
$880 billion. That is an astronomical figure.
It's aimed at aggressively expanding their chip factories, AI data centers, and robotics. They are going all in.
They certainly are. Let's pivot to the practical side of our deep dive. I want to rapidly walk through all 8 of today's trending AI tools from our sources and give everyone a clear use case for each.
I love this part. Let's hear them.
First up is OneTrust AI Governance. You use this to turn abstract AI risks into enforceable hard controls. Gartner actually just named them a visionary for this.
A very necessary tool for compliance.
Absolutely. Next is Base 1. You'll want to use Base 44's new in-house model, specifically if you are building applications. Third, we've got Devin Fusion, which we mentioned earlier.
Right, the cost-saving harness.
Use that multi-model harness to keep your coding quality high while cutting API costs. Number 4 is Cursor for iOS. Use it to supervise coding agents and merge pull requests while you're away from your keyboard.
Taking the digital employee for a walk.
Exactly. Number 5 is GetHireIn. If you are an employer, use this to instantly match with global entry-level talent via AI.
Very efficient for scaling a team.
For sure. Number 6 is Spion. Use it to record your manual browser workflows and instantly convert them into ready-to-run automations.
I have some thoughts on that one in a second.
Save them. Number 7 is Linkence. Use it as a secure, automated AI co-pilot workspace designed specifically for enterprise teams. And lastly, number 8 is Bloome. Use it to bring multiple AI agents directly into your human group chats so you can collaboratively assign and complete tasks.
So jumping in with a practical angle here, I think the real magic happens if you combine Spion and Bloome.
Oh, interesting. How so?
Well, imagine recording a super tedious browser task with Spion, turning it into a script. Then you have a Bloome agent automatically execute that script right from your team's group chat.
That is brilliant. Just typing a command in chat and the AI runs your custom browser automation. That is serious leverage.
It makes these tools so much more powerful when they talk to each other.
It really does. And looking back, the sheer pace of today's news is just staggering. We went from non-invasive brain-computer interfaces decoding our thoughts, all the way to multi-billion-dollar acquisitions and coding from our iPhones.
Not to mention the fascinating insights into how we rely on AI for everything from gardening to existential dread at 3 in the morning.
It's a lot to process. If you found this deep dive valuable, please follow the podcast and share AI Brief with your colleagues.
Thank you all so much for tuning in.
See you in the next episode. But before you go, think about that meta brain scanning cap we talked about. If it can read your thoughts well enough to type out full sentences. What happens if that kind of thought data ever gets subpoenaed in a courtroom? Something for you to ponder.